If you're a PlayStation main, you probably already know that Descenders is free to download this month on PS Plus. It boosted player numbers for Rocket League and a slew of other games. So, do you think Riders Republic needs to go free to play for a month? Welcome back to episode 76 of the Riders Report.
Before we get started today, we want to recognize our existing YouTube members. A special thank you goes out to executive producers Bonecrusher 2D, Coach 34, and my mom, co-producers Captain Snowbeard and Kelavepa, and our fans and Fans Plus.
If you'd like to become a member for as low as 99 cents a month and help support our channel, you can hit join below to learn more about perks like early access to the Riders Report, emojis and badges, a members-only video per month, sneak peeks, and more.
We've hit a bit of a lull as we're waiting for Season 7 and Season 8 to reach Riders Republic, so if you have any topic suggestions in the meantime, you can just leave them down in the comments below, and we'll discuss any of your thoughts in a future episode. We do have one piece from Riders Republic. They posted on Twitter that they're also looking for your suggestions. They wanted to know which skateboard tricks you want to do in Riders Republic, so let them know.
All right, so this one could ruffle some feathers, but I mean, honestly, the last four that we've done could ruffle some feathers as well. But we are talking free-to-play games on major platforms, and whether or not it's time for Riders Republic to jump on that train and go free-to-play for a month to bring in a whole new player base. Mitch, you were saying before this that people who were waiting for the game initially might feel a little burnt out and a little, shortchanged right now in the current state of the game. However, people who are finding this game on discount or free somehow are really enjoying it, and they're really speaking their piece on social media platforms right now.
I've seen this pop up more recently on Reddit. The game has gone on sale on different platforms. I've seen up to 70% off for the Ultimate Edition, which is like $120 normally. So $30 for the entire Ultimate Edition, which is all of year one. And also it went on the Ubisoft Classics list on PlayStation Plus Extra. I believe it's on Extra, not Premium. One of the higher tiers. And wherever else Ubisoft Extra or Connect, like where you can subscribe to them, it has gone on those platforms. And so I've seen more comments pop up on different subreddits, the PlayStation one, the Riders Republic one, where newer people really do enjoy the game, whether they're asking for opinions or someone's asking if they should purchase. I don't see as many comments from the old crowd who said there's nothing going on right now. It's more from new people who do enjoy the style of game. And so it's in that place where, do they post it? Do they make it free? I know I think it's on Ubisoft Classics. Mm-hmm. Do they put it there so more people have access to it? Or like Xbox Game Pass? I don't know that side. Do you think that would work?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's already up there, so I will be interested to see if the player numbers did boost this season or, this quarter, whenever it went live. It does feel like adding it to those subscription platforms is not a cry for help or anything like that, but just kind of feels like a tester where they're giving it to folks who, let's be honest, we both have the EA subscription service as well to do Formula One along with all of the other sports games that they offer. And it plays a mind game with you where you subscribe for however many dollars a month, a year, whatever it is. And then those games feel like they're for free, right? Like you have this whole catalog and it's all free. So they're still getting a chunk of change from the subscription platform, but it's not a purchase of the full game. So those people feel like they're getting it for free. And it might just be that people are so bought in, that you have $60 or whatever extra that you've put into this game for the extra passes, for the extra gear, and the return just isn't there right now. It may be in the upcoming seasons, if they follow through on what they've promised, maybe that return on investment will show up, before the holiday season this year. However, right now it does feel a bit lacking, and that's the message that we've heard, like you said, from the folks who downloaded on day one. Now, we did get Steep released as a free-to-play game. I believe it was right before Riders Republic went live. And a lot of people, there was a resurgence again. People I mean, you're going to download every free game that comes across the platform, and that's a no-brainer. But you know, the fact that people were actually downloading it and playing it and enjoying it was a testament to the game. So I don't know if that's the right way to go. You know, if you make it free to play, or you really tank the price and then you up the subscription for the year pass, you up the amount of in-game purchases, which nobody wants to hear, but maybe shop items are a little more expensive. You know, it's like the Rocket League. It's like the Rocket League stance where you get it for free and, oh, I didn't spend that $60 on the game, so I might as well dump $30 into it in this other form of a skin or a car or whatever.
We were getting there with the new season prices too, with the hoverboard and all of that. What I think separately they were $24, $25 for the challenges, and then the hoverboard separately were broken into two different very high prices. Now those are high for people like us who already spent $60, $120 on the game, and now we're bored of it. We're picking and choosing sports to add on for a lot of extra cash. But you do see that in those free-to-play games, so I'm wondering if that's where they're starting to toe the line or test it out a little bit, if this eventually becomes free and then you can add on what you want. But a lot of people have been kind of jumping into it in these low prices or finding it on the like PlayStation Plus platform. And that kind of ties into too, Descenders is the free game right now. And they are, I would say, completely different. And so I think Riders Republic does better as one that more people can try out. It's a lot more user-friendly to join and play. It's very pretty, very well designed, lots of cool stuff going on. And in Descenders, it's lower graphics, it's much more complex controls, and it's only bikes, so it's a very small community. And I think with a game like Riders Republic with so many possibilities, if you come in for free, but then you start to see things that you could add on, I think people would be more willing to support it long term.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the Epic Games platform. Like, it would be really interesting to see Ubisoft try and tackle that same kind of formula. But immediately, as soon as you were saying it, you load into this beautiful world, and all of a sudden, yeah, it's a no-brainer that I want to spend $5, $10, $15 on a skin or something else. It's Fortnite. The first thing that I thought of was Fortnite. You know, it's a beautiful game. It's running on Unreal 5. It's one of the nicer games that you can play on the next gens right now, but you get it for completely free. So what's the risk for downloading this game? There is none. There's zero. Yeah, and I don't want to compare Riders Republic directly to Descenders. That's, we're comparing indie to AAA. We're comparing a bicycle to a brand new Audi. But is there an expiration date? Is there a shelf life on Riders where they build out this entire base game? They put skateboards in, they put whatever else they're going to throw in there. And then once the game is completely full, then you release it as free to play. And you can add on as you go, but you can still get, 70% of what the game offers with a base purchase of $0.
I think the shelf life, or like when is it going to reach retirement? I think when the new Skate game comes out from EA, that'll be interesting, because
make or break. Yeah,
Skate was known for its not super realism, but at least the really cool controls of using the analog sticks, and you had such control over which board tricks you were doing. And now they have all the social stuff added into, like, there's going to be big multiplayer. You can drag ramps around. They had all these like features that we want in Riders Republic, essentially. It's not going to have all of the sports that Riders Republic does, but anyone who's kind of serious about action sports games will probably go to Skate. And I'm curious to see how they manage the thing long term too, because we've reached that with a lot of games where they want to turn them into 5, 6, 7, 8 year long games. But you either have to charge $60 up front and then keep charging as you add new content to keep the studio afloat, or you have to go free to play but have a ton of purchases in there to hopefully stay afloat. Or it gets really confusing real quick on like, how are you going to float this for 5 years? Yeah. And Riders has been pretty slow, I'd say, with the amount of content that comes out on each season. So I want to see if Skate is in the same level where it's a small amount, or if they are really trying to knock it out of the park every single season.
Right. Yeah, this can go even deeper just into the gaming industry of itself. We've talked before about the state of play and how games are marketing themselves now is not the same as it used to be on GameCube and all of the OG consoles, right? Yeah, I don't know if that helps or hurts the industry where they're trying to build bigger, bigger, and better. But how do you retain people for 5 years without them paying any more than they do initially? And all the gamers right now are used to, at least the ones who are making their own money, are used to, having a game come out every year, every other year to just continually scratch that itch. So it'll be very interesting to see how they handle all of this in the future. And we can get much, much deeper into the gaming industry in a separate main topic as to whether or not this is a sustainable platform and sustainable formula for the industry. I don't think it is. But again, I think that's for another day. So please let us know whether or not you think Riders Republic should go free to play on any of the platforms, or if they should retain what they have right now, build out the game, and then assess later down the road when the game hits a so-called shelf life in 3 to 4 years.
Not a lot to grab from this week, but we do have a clip from Low Key Gaming playing session, seeing if you can skate inside a parking garage. We like to show some other games sometimes. And if you have any content that you want us to show on the show, you can go over to our Discord server in our self-promo channel and post a link to your video, and we'll probably talk about it in the following episode.
Yeah, thank you very much to Low Key Gaming as they play us out here. And thanks to you for joining us for episode 76 out of the first 100 guaranteed episodes of the Riders Report. Special thanks goes out to our YouTube members, executive producers, Bone Crusher 2D, my dad, Coach 34, and your mom, Mitch's mom, along with co-producers Captain Snowbeard, Kill a Vapor, and the others, and our fans and Fans Plus. If you'd like to become a member and help support the channel, you can hit join down below for all those cool perks like early access to this show, emojis and badges, a members only video per month, sneak peeks, and more.
You probably saw me open my mouth trying to take that part, but I can get the next one. You can also just subscribe to the channel and catch all of our great Riders Republic content like this show, our X Game style competitions, TFG, whatever else we post. And we are getting very, very close to 2,000. I think in the next month, we got like 67, 70 subs last month. So when we get to 2,000, we have a very fun live stream planned. I can't wait. We've talked about it in past episodes. We'll share more in the future, but please just subscribe. It really helps out.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us for this week's episode. We'll see you back here, same place, same time next week for episode 77. Until then, I'm Nick.
And I'm Mitch.
And we'll see you on the slopes.